Right now?
Yes. We live?
Yeah.
Okay. So we start off with documenting the blog and what is the process that we need to start off with, process that we need to look at to have a blog. So we have with us Manjunath, who is an avid blogger, and we have Kaushal and Aditya from the social media team, and we are with Rohini, who's documenting the entire thing in terms of text. Okay, so let's start with Manjunath. Manjunath, you're an avid blogger, okay, and I have seen that your blogs. Some of them are short, some of them are long, some have infographics, some have pictures. So I guess blog has everything, okay, but then why is one blog so different from the other? So when you're looking at writing a blog, okay, what is it that we should keep in mind? Where do you start?
First of all, based on the topic that's given, or you choose, the keyword research. I mean, that goes without saying.
You have to be a lot
first do
louder.
the
Rohini, could you please close that door, please? Yeah, perfect.
Okay, in terms of blogging, the most important thing is to first understand the topic. Try and find the keywords that are related to that topic. Once you have chosen a bunch of keywords, write it down. And then you create an outline. Okay? And each blog, or blog post, or article could be text, text plus images, text plus images plus videos, text plus infographics, text plus podcasts, and so on and so forth. So basically, you have to see for the content that you have in mind what will go well. So if I were to do a case study, ideally I'd like to show proof of what happened during the case study. For that, I would use a bunch of images and obviously optimize for that. On the other hand, if I were to show how to operate the Canon camera that Barney has in hand right now, I would probably use a video and then post it along with the text. If I want people to just get a snapshot of what I have to say in terms of the content, in one quick view, I'd use infographic. And for people who like listening and would like to do some other work while listening, then podcasts would work well. So this is the combination I ideally look for.
Okay, so we've started off with the blog topic, right? And you said you should do a lot of research and know what the topic is.
Yes.
So to arrive at the topic, what are the things that we should look at?
Okay, first of all, this is how I brainstorm. I think about a specific idea. It could be a business idea, coming up with a content for a specific topic. It just comes up. I come up with the idea and then do the research based on the volumes and Google searches, Google Instant, Google related searches. So these are the stuff I do before I start writing, if it's my own idea. On the other hand, if a topic is given, for example, Suresh says that let's write a blog post about our outing, and then I just recollect whatever happened. If I wasn't present physically there, then I speak to the people who attended the event, try and know everything or as much as possible, and then start building the story on that.
Okay. So if you're looking at to come up with a topic, it's about what you have come across, okay, and what can be feasibly brought out as a blog. What form should it have?
Yes.
Okay. If we're looking at the audience perspective,
Yes.
audience as a parameter, where does that fit into this?
For example, the outing that we had last week for the social media, most of the people that are going to be your audience are your students here. So they'd like a fun kind of a blog post, not really serious. And the topic itself, it's social media management and how much fun we've had. Keeping that in the back of my mind, I would play with my words in terms of adding fun to that. Maybe a couple of humor points. But if it's a serious thing, for example, validating a business idea, I don't mean to say that it shouldn't be funny or humorous, but ideally the audience is going to be a lot more professional and they want to get to the point quickly. Uh, they have very limited time, so I try to make it bullet points, straight to the point. That way it reaches them more effectively.
If you have to put audience and coming up with a topic together, which would be step 1 and which would be step 2?
Obviously the topic, you have to choose what you're going to talk about, because that literally determines the kind of words you're going to use and how lengthy it is going to be, and then look at the audience to give it flavor. Make it funny, make it interesting, make it like a storytelling, or straight to the point based on the time that your audience has.
Okay, so step 1 is going to be topic. Step 2 is going to be understanding your audience. What will they digest? What form of content is easy to reach them,
Yes.
to impress them, to
Yes.
engage them?
Yes.
Okay. Then the third thing is going to be your keyword research, understanding what kind of keywords that need to be used, considering that blogs are always good when it comes to ranking on search engine. That's one of the qualities. That's one thing why people blog so avidly as well. Okay, what is the fourth thing that we should look at when we're looking at content development itself? When we're looking at pictures, using pictures or using videos, okay, what are the things to keep in mind at that time?
Okay, just a point. Good that you actually made it into points. Choosing of the topic and appealing to the audience go hand in hand. So let's keep it at that. Then comes the keyword research, because you build your content based on keyword research and you always keep your audience in mind. So pretty much all three are really important. So I'm sorry, I missed your question. in the second
So when you're developing the content, so you've got the topic right, you know what perspective the audience wants to add, and you know exactly the format
Yes.
that needs to come in. So how do you put all these pieces? I know for a fact, I have to use infographics. I know for a fact that these are the texts that I need to use. I know for a fact I need one picture, one image like this. I know for a fact that probably this video will help. Okay, but then how do you put all that pieces together? There must be some tone and some flow. So how does that come together?
Okay, like I mentioned earlier, it depends on the story overall. Right? If you are telling a story about how you've done something in the past, which is nothing but a case study, ideally I'd go with pictures, right? So when you're telling the story, that just flows in. I don't do it consciously. I mean, it just comes with the flow to me. On the other hand, if I have to impress someone with a story which visually can make a bigger impact, I'd go with a video. For example, on my blog, if you see, there is one video that really impacted me, and I think it impacted a lot of entrepreneurs who are just about to start. It's called Failure Olympics or something like that, where this guy just goes asking for failure. He just randomly asks some questions so that he can get a no, so that he realizes the pain of a no, a failure, and then overcomes it. So, if I were to put that in text or even podcast as an audio file, I don't think that will have that much of an impact as a video does. So, I think it comes naturally over a period of time when you write a lot, and if you see that people like audio with a specific kind of a topic, video with the other, infographic to get a snapshot. So that's how you normally go. You just it's not that something will definitely work. Nobody knows that. Even the best of the best wouldn't know that. They are all experimenting.
Aditya and Kaushal, would you want to add anything when it comes to uploading or the use of content, like copyrights and things like that?
Yeah, I mean, blogs, the one thing you told is we use images. We use images in blogs to make it look much better, to make people understand better. If you have created it, then you don't really need copyright and stuff, but what most of the people do is they'll take an image from Google and they'll just put that image, so which has some copyright issues. So just find out if you can give a credit for a source website and then use the image or not. It's always better to drop them a mail asking that I'm using, so can I use so and so image? I'll be giving credits and source of it, and then